From alibi to architect, the death of the excuse. Every one of us in this room is a world-class defense attorney. When it comes to our own failures, we are the most skilled, most persuasive, and most relentless lawyers on the planet. We can build a foolproof case for why we didn't wake up at 5 a.m., why we haven't started that business, or why we haven't reached out to that person we hurt. We call these reasons, but let's be honest with ourselves for a moment. They aren't reasons, they are alibis. The quote we are gathered around today is a directive for a new life. The goal is to transform from an excuse maker into an action taker. This transformation is not a single event. It is a fundamental shift in your identity. To make this shift, we must first understand the anatomy of an excuse. An excuse is a shield. It is a psychological defense mechanism designed to protect our egos from the pain of falling short. So if I say I failed because I wasn't good enough, that hurts. If I say I failed because the timing wasn't right, I feel safe, I feel protected, I feel blameless. But here is the danger. While your excuses protect your ego, they also paralyze your potential. Every time you craft a perfect excuse, you are casting a vote for a version of yourself that is powerless. You are telling the universe that you are a passenger in your own life, driven by circumstances, luck, and the right timing. The action taker lives in a different world entirely. They don't have fewer obstacles than you. They don't have more hours in the day or a secret bank account of courage. The difference is in their vocabulary. The excuse maker uses the word because. I can't do this because I'm tired. I can't do this because I don't have the money. The action taker replaces because with despite. I will do this despite being tired. I will find a way despite the lack of funds. Think about the people you admire most. Did they reach the top of their mountain because everything went perfectly? Of course not. They reached the top because when they hit a wall, they didn't hold a press conference to explain why the wall was unfair. They looked for a sledgehammer. Transformation requires a funeral of the excuse. You have to bury the version of yourself that finds comfort in being a victim of circumstance. You have to stop being the architect of your own limitations and start being the architect of your results. Let's look at what happens when you make this switch. When you stop making excuses, you reclaim your power. If the reason you haven't succeeded is the economy, then you have to wait for the economy to change to be happy. But if the reason you haven't succeeded is a lack of discipline, you can change that tonight. You can change that right now. Ownership is the only path to freedom. Imagine what your life would look like 1 year from today if you never made another excuse. Imagine the health you could achieve, the wealth you could build, and the relationships you could mend if you simply removed the option of saying, I couldn't. Action is the only thing that creates clarity. Action is the only thing that builds confidence. You don't feel your way into a new way of acting. You act your way into a new way of feeling. So here is your challenge. Identify your favorite excuse. We all have one. If that's one reason you keep on a high shelf to pull down whenever you feel the pressure of your own potential, I want you to take that excuse and look at it for what it really is. A lie you told yourself to keep from having to grow. Today, we are resigning from the law firm of I can't. Today, we are burning the alibis. We are stepping out of the courtroom and onto the field. The world does not pay you for what you intended to do. It does not reward you for the perfect reasons why you stayed in bed. The world only rewards a person who shows up, does the work, and takes the hit. Stop explaining your life. Start executing it.